Welcome back to this live session, traders, for NY session. NFP week, absolutely big week coming, and these 2 days are significantly important. And we are beginning with another big trading week coming up in an hour later. 3 very high impact news on dollar, and we see that there has been shifted of the NFP schedule that you can see potentially due to shutdown, could be. But at the moment, what we are looking at the market, we see that there is a significant trend, and we don't need potentially any high impact news, in fact, to move the market. It's moving at the moment, and we can see the market here on Xauusd on gold is currently in a trend and looking at potential entry from this lower time frame perspective. First, I'm waiting for every member to show up. Thank you for joining here. Say yes in the live chat if you are here, and we'll begin this session here on gold, and also we'll be looking at some other currency pairs which are coming on the way. So if we look at the gold and also looking at dollar yen, the market is moving enough. Euro dollar and British pound US dollar also potentially moving significantly at the moment in a trend. So we'll keep on watch list on dollar yen, and also Gbpjpy occasionally we'll be looking at. In terms of the trend, British pound US dollar, I want to keep on the watch list beside gold, that we are looking at this market structure here on gold. Now, if you look at the bigger picture here on gold, you can see lower time frame price action. This is currently in a trend, and in this trending market, we are looking at the market structure to show up us trading opportunity. Now, before I progress with this session, guys, make sure you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. Now let's look at here on this instrument, looking at first of all monthly chart to see overall direction in this market. So looking at monthly perspective here in this market, this is the monthly support, and if you look at, as this is NFP week, guys, and in the NFP week it's absolutely important, because during the NFP week where we will be able to see that potential bigger move in the market. All right, so we're just beginning starting with a bigger move here that you can see in this market. And with this move that you can see from monthly, this is the monthly support level where there is a rejection from this lower price here on the monthly. And with this monthly impulse that you can see, the price has got rejection back to the upside here in that market. If we look at the weekly perspective here, that you can see from the weekly, this is the weekly price action where there is a weekly rejection, long week candle formation from the weekly. And with this long week, now if you guys looked at the weekly forex forecast that we have done, also discuss about this weekly move that you could see in this market, and the market is in fact showing up to be potentially responsive to the bullish impulse here. So as you can see that the weekly candlestick pattern formation with a gap open from the weekly, and with this gap open, if you look at here, and that's a gap open, right? And in that gap opening, there's a rejection from this lower price to the upside to this gap level. And as this market in a long-term bull market, guys. I word, very important word, this is a long-term. That means it's a long-term bull market here in that area. And in the long-term bull market, the price has rejected back to the upside here. Now, if you look at the daily chart, we can see that from the daily time frame, this is the daily price action. Now, daily price action is quite important, as if you looked at previous daily candle that you can see, which is a bull candle has formed here. And with this bull candle, which is a bullish close with a full body candle close, you have seen yesterday we discussed that the market potentially could be bullish, and we see the market has done that. The market has created that impulse back to the upside here in that area on gold from the daily perspective. And today's price action that you can see from this daily support level here is the move back to the upside in that area. And with this daily impulse that you can see, the market has rejected back to the upside here in that area. And with this rejection, if you look at, that's where the price action has shown a significant move back to the upside on the daily time frame. So looking at the 4-hour chart, we look at the lower time frame from the 4-hour perspective, which is a bullish engulfer. Now, the overall market structure that you can see in this market, it's bullish. If you look at, this is where there was a news candle that you have seen. News candle is very important. We'll be discussing later in this session how you can recognize the high volume candle, guys. This is gonna change your trading completely if you're trading based on lower time frame or any instrument, either trading gold or euro dollar or British pound US dollar. That's gonna change your trading style completely. That you can see here from the 4-hour perspective, this is currently strongly bullish impulse here. So that being said, here on this lower time frame, from the 15 minutes perspective here, we are looking at this lower time frame. This is key support level that you can see. We discussed that in our previous earlier, also have posted analysis in the premium group that this is the level that we could see the market potentially to trend back to the upside here in that area. So that being said, we can see this is support level here, a rejection, drop back to that support, and the market is currently again pushing back for another bullish impulse here. And that's why we are looking at an entry opportunity here in that market. So we are looking at this price action creating series of higher low. We can see there is an inverted head and shoulder. This, we are looking at the 5-minute chart, that intraday time frame. So with that intraday time frame from the 5 minutes perspective, we can see there is an inverted head and shoulder formation here on gold. And with that inverted head and shoulder, that you can see the market has created its move back to the upside in that market. So which is a consolidation pattern, an inverted head and shoulder on a key level, getting the rejection back above. So there is a possibility now for a potential upside here in that market, and that's what we will be looking at this market for an entry opportunity to see whether you can enter the trade on this lower time frame. So looking at from that perspective, if you look at the 1 hour, this is 1 hour bullish impulse. Okay, a big move followed by this pullback here. And with that bullish impulse that you can see here, the market has got that rejection back above here. Now, for us to look for a bullish entry, as I'm talking about bullish still because it's a bull market. So let's identify the daily support level here in that market. And this is where the market is showing up to be upside here in that area. So looking at the daily level that you can see in that market, which is showing up to be potentially bullish, and looking at this market structure for a deeper pullback and then to trend back to the upside here in that area. So that's where we are looking at this market, and then that's where the market could potentially continue to trend back here in that area. So this is what we will be looking at this market structure for a trend in that market. And here is the looking at the lower time frame. So you can see the price action. This is a key level, right? And what we are looking at this market structure, that the price to retest this resistance here, turning support here, and then to return again back above in that area. And that's what we are looking at this market structure for an entry opportunity for us to go long from this support level, an impulse followed by this pullback, and expecting potentially another impulse here in that market. And as if you guys looked at the 4-hour candle close with a gap open with a bullish engulfer, now we see that this is currently a bull market. So any pullback on the lower time frame, it's gonna potentially we look to buy, but at the same time we need to look for the pullback, right? That's where the key, that's where that we will be looking at this market structure for an entry opportunity. Let's wait for the price action to show up, that price action where the market is giving us that entry opportunity from any of this key level of support here in that area. This is a key support level where the market is showing up to be potentially bullish, and yeah, this is what looking at that market structure. And if you look at the 1 minute chart, guys, this is where there is a breakout structure on the 1 minute. As we enter on the lower time frame, we are looking at this market structure potentially to break any of this key support level, and early entry is important as a trader to see that the market is giving us a potentially better entry opportunity here in that market. So let's look at the market structure, let's look at the price action to show up that entry opportunity here in that area. So this is a key support level, which is very important level that you can see, expecting the market to potentially trend back down, grab the liquidity, and then to potentially trend back here to the upside to create a new higher high. And that's what we are looking at in this market, to see the market structure showing up to be bullish. And we are looking at a key level, the market is dropping down, and that's where we are looking at the entry opportunity for this potential trend back to the upside in that market. And I think that you guys are ready for an entry. Say yes if you are ready for an entry. Do two things, guys. Smash the like button. Did you like this stream? And also say yes in the live chat if you are ready for an entry. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And that's gonna be pretty big, as this is NFP, guys. This is a big week, and we are looking at this market structure to show up significant entry, because NFP is really big week. And when you look at the NFP week, we are looking at this market to show up a trend. And even there is no scheduled news if you look at coming up this week, but at the same time on Friday, that means tomorrow, during the time of NFP, we will see that increased volatility. And in fact, this is if you look at the daily price action that you can see in terms of ATR, we see that there is an increased volatility during the end of the week, and that's what you want to see. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, from this high here that you can see the market is slowly dropping that low here, and we are looking at this market structure potentially to drop back below to this support level, and that is what we are looking at this market to trend back down and then to return again back above here in that market structure. Good day, welcome. Ready for a big entry? That's what the most important part as a trader, guys. If you're ready for an entry, make sure you do the risk management, and this is a big part of trading. Your trading success will depend on two major factors that you need to consider. Number one is psychology. Okay, trading psychology is a major part of your trading. Okay, it's a big one, looking at the trading psychology. The second thing that you need to look at is your risk management. Okay, so, and how do you develop that? A very strong trading psychology, also very important. We will be discussing in this live session later how you can develop a very loss-proof trading psychology. This is what I would say. The loss-proof means that your trading psychology will determine either you will be a losing trader or winning trader. You need a very simple strategy that we have every day. I'm conducting the Zoom classes, also discussing a lot of factors that will help you to become consistently profitable trader, right? So your trading success will depend on your trading psychology, and you can develop a loss-proof trading psychology only through developing a trading psychology and learning risk management. You can become a consistently profitable trader, and we will be discussing in depth on this one later in this session. So don't miss out any part of the session. Also, we do giveaway during this session to join the premium group, and as tomorrow Friday also there is a giveaway. So don't miss out any part of the session to win one of the, what I would say that education is the best thing that you can keep in your disposal to become a trader. Okay, so you need to learn properly how to trade through systematic way, and this is what we do discuss in our every session that we are conducting here. So don't miss out that one as well, and welcome. Okay, so you see that there is a lower time frame rejection here, and the market potentially this drop that we can see currently could be an opportunity for us to look for bullish entry in this session here, and that's what we are looking at this market structure to see where the price action is moving at. Welcome. There's some more that you can see in the market currently at the moment, and where the price action is showing up. There is a breakout structure from this inverted head and shoulder, and that is currently potentially trending back to the upside, we might see that potential entry opportunity shortly after, and that's looking at the market to give us a potential entry here in that market. If you look at the lower time frame, you can see here there was this might be a potential fake head and shoulder, and that could bring potential another move in the market, and that's what you're looking at. Okay, so you see there is a pretty stronger bullish rejection here in that market, which is bringing that market back to the upside and crossing that high potentially to create a new higher high here, right? All right, so getting a rejection here that you can see in this market. Now, this rejection that you can see, as we discussed, that there is a bullish impulse from the 1 hour perspective, and as the market managed to break to the upside here, we are looking at, if you look at here, this is a support level, expecting it to bounce and then to create a new higher high. So you could see the market to reject back again. Here is what we are looking at, this market to trend back and then continue to rise here to create a new higher high. So there is an inverted head and shoulder, and there is a, if you look at this drop back below, it is a potential liquidity grab. Let's see how this candle is closing later. So lower time frame price action that you can see with a long wick candlestick pattern, multiple candlestick pattern formation here, and we look to see that this market to potentially reject back again in the major direction of the trend. And this is 5 minutes candlestick pattern closing as a bullish engulfer. Let's see if we have an entry here on this lower time frame for this potential bounce back up, as from the 1 hour it is showing up to be bullish. There might be a pullback, and with this narrow move, if we see enough pullback, we can look at entry. Here is the 15 minutes candle closing, also there is a 30 minutes candle closing, both of them showing up to be potentially bullish here. So hold on to that to see how the market is reacting to this support level. Waiting for a deeper pullback. Multiple long wick candle here in that area. Might see deeper pullback on the lower time frame. For an entry, we would like to see the market is maintaining this bullish market structure here in that market, and there is a bullish rejection in that area. Sell zone. Auron is still sell here. This is a bull market. Anyone thinking of selling? It's a bull market, so we are looking at potentially bullish trade setup here in that market. This is a bullish impulse here in that area, and that you can see the market to continue to rise back. Awesome. Here is the market after this liquidity gap. It rejected back again here in that market, and we might see that potential trend continuation back in that market. And this is a currently bullish impulse here in that market, and you could see the price continue to rise back here in that area to create a new higher high. Welcome. We see there is a breakout, guys, and I'm waiting for an entry. It's important that we have that suitable entry. Patience is the most important virtue as a trader. Keep in mind that this is what I always talk about. That's not only as a trader, all right? Don't buy when the market is breaking out. It's the first thing. When everyone is panicking, be patient, all right? When everyone is thinking to be patient, that time enter into the trade. That's how always you have to stay on the other side of the spectrum when you are trading as a trader, and that's where you can gain better trading psychology, because it's counterintuitive. Trading is counterintuitive, and you have to be on that. You have to rewire your brain to become a trader, right? And it's not harder. The only thing that you need to make sure you are remaining consistent in your approach. Don't miss out in live session here. Every single day I'm coming on live twice to help the community, to help the trader to gain consistency in their trading. Welcome. Thank you for joining from Malaysia. Guys, I see that many of you from different part of the world, and thanks for joining here. This is where we are learning the best trading strategy and also consistently looking at the market every single day. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like this stream, subscribe to the channel, and also share your location, where you are from, and also how long you are trading, right? That's gonna be helpful for all the members to know their trading psychology. Awesome. Thank you very much. Dubai 2 years, but it's still in mid, and South Africa been trading for 2 years. Thank you. From Ghana, West Africa, welcome. Malaysia, and welcome. Now it's, guys, this is now 2025. We are almost nearing to the end of 2025, going towards 2026, right? And this is now more important than any other time to become a trader, right? Because not only to become a trader, it takes a little bit of time, it takes a little bit of effort to become a trader, but it doesn't take to grow your account from day one. Okay, that's what you can do here in Forex Trading Wizard Academy. We are growing our account from day one using a consistent strategy, using consistent risk management strategy. Now, how you can grow your account from day one? Don't lose your fund from day one. Okay, the losing day is over. It's now growing from day one. You don't have to reinvent the light bulb, right? Thomas Edison attempted 1,000 times to invent the light bulb, but you don't have to reinvent it, right? It's already there. Just need to modify it. The education, the strategy is here. The only thing that you need to make sure that you are implementing based on a strategy, you are implementing based on the plan. And that's what we are doing here. Okay. And I highly encourage you always to remain consistent in your education. In the academy, if you are in the premium academy, then every trade that I'm opening using our highly profitable strategy also I'm sharing in the premium group. And we had just a massive profit target hit in the premium group right now from our running trade. And I believe that many of you already can see that trade has been opened. And we want to keep that growing consistently. You can grow your account before you even learn trading by joining us in the premium group, as our goal here is to help trader so that they can trade even before they learn using our automated system. And if you're in the premium group, join the group where you can see all the information how you can consistently grow from day one before even you learn trading. It takes time, but once you started to implement the established strategy and the system, you start to grow from day one. Ready to grow from day one. That's what we need to see. From day one, you become a consistently profitable trader, and it's beginning from here, right? Let's now look at the market. You can see with this inverted head and shoulder, the market had a sharp breakout. It is going up consistently here. Now, if you look at the lower time frame price action, this is 1 minute chart, had a significant bounce with this inverted, with this head and shoulder. Now this head and shoulder, you can see all head and shoulder is not head and shoulder. Keep in mind, guys, this is another very important point that you need to look at. All head and shoulder will not be a head and shoulder. That means you first need to consider the trend in the market. So if you look at this head and shoulder, what do you see? Many traders will trap here. You think that this is a head and shoulder and I'm gonna sell this market just to see that it's gonna reverse on the other direction. All right, so this is what we need to look at. All head and shoulder is not head and shoulder because the trend. So you need to prioritize the trend first before you look at any pattern recognition, either head and shoulder, double bottom, double top, or any other pattern that you can see in the market. Speaking with here's the impulse that you can see from here, a bigger bounce back to the upside. And with this impulse after the liquidity grab, the market is currently trending back to the upside here. With this breakout currently, as the market is in a bullish trend in the beginning of the session, if you guys looked at, we discussed that this is a bull market and we are looking at bullish trend continuation here in that market. And with this inverted head and shoulder, the market is maintaining that uptrending market structure here. And 1 hour candlestick pattern managed to break to the upside. We'll be waiting for now pullback here in that market for another new higher high. Well, the market structure is showing to be bullish, that you can see. All right, we see a significant bullish trend continuation here in that market. Now I'm looking at possible entry. If you look at the 5 minutes, the impulse is very important when you are looking at entry. This is an impulse that you can see, which is a significant impulse from here. Okay, and with this impulse that you can see, expecting that pullback here, and that pullback, what we are looking at this market for this deeper pullback and then continuation back here in that area. And from this support level, as there is a stronger impulse back to the upside that you can see, which is a sign of further trend continuation. Looking at the impulse will always give you a better understanding of the market structure that you can see here in that market. And looking at the lower time frame, this is the 30 minutes price action, which is a bullish impulse. Now from the 50 minutes perspective as well, which is also a bullish price action here in that area. And we are looking at this lower time frame here in that market for another deeper liquidity grab. All right, so we are looking at that market structure dropping down further below to this key support level, and then to reject back again to the major direction of the trend. And this is what we are looking at this market structure, for the price to break that low and then continue to break to the upside here to create a new higher high. Current support level is at 4014 level, and that is what we are looking at this market structure to show up that level and then reject back again to the upside here in that market. Breaking that low here, that you can see the market is coming down, potentially break that low here to create a new lower low. And that's what we are looking at this market. You can see it's now coming to another key liquidity zone, ready for an entry. We will be looking at entry on a pullback. We are looking at the 5 minute chart here with this impulse now on a pullback. Any break below or retest of this support level, we can look for possible bullish entry in this market. And risk management must be when we are looking at entry. breaking that low here, and this is one single move that you can see in this market. And okay, so you see there is a bullish bounce, and I'm looking at, guys, potentially another entry to the upside. We will be using the pending order here for an entry for this market to bounce off this level. And you see there is a higher volatility, which is good to see that. We'll be using the buy stop order, and there is a bounce in that area that you can see. Okay, so it's the market at entry at the moment that you can see even before we place the pending order. So I'm going to open buy using the market order, and with a very tight stop loss here that we are using at 4012.60, and placing TP target above this level at 4021. So we placed a buy, and I'm on this on gold, bullish entry. And expecting potential trend continuation for short-term bounce here on the lower time frame. Ready on with me? Say yes if you are on this trade. 7 years in trading. Awesome, awesome. 7 years means you went well ahead in this trading, guys. 7 years means that you are fully mature here, and just take your trading to the next level, taking some tips and use it for your advantage. That's all. You need to look at the market from a completely different perspective when you are an advanced trader. And advanced trader means that take bigger profit, guys. Take bigger profit, right? Keep the risk smaller. Just now we had a big hit in our strategy, if you guys looked at, and that was massive that we have taken. And we look at here, looking at, we are up 14 pip. We are up 14 pip, and I'm going to give a shout out as soon as I will be closing the trade. I'm still running in. We want to take it to the upside. Yesterday was a massive move. You guys have seen that. Now today the market is heading, and want to see that the price is pushing back to the upside here in that market to create a new higher high. Awesome. Boom. That's a massive move. We are up 33 pip. This is here we trade like that. I'm closing it right now. Profit taken. You see, we waited long hours, and we closed within a short period of time. That is trading. You have to wait hours for an entry and take profit in few minutes. Now I want to see how many traders here now have closed this trade with me. Guys, I would like to see how many traders have closed this with me. It's a live trade. All right, and I'm going to share. I've already shared. If you look at, guys, what we do here, exactly what we show here. You see that every trade that I'm opening in my account also I'm going to share in the premium group. You see that exactly this trade just now has shared. We bought at 4015.38, stop loss at 4012.60, TP target 4021. We have closed a little earlier, but we are out here in that level. 35 pip profit taken. Have you seen that? Let me bring that up here. Profit taken here. Awesome. And it's not in, it's just the beginning. I have closed it. Thank you. Trade close. Awesome. Very good. You see, it's coming for a pullback. We might see another entry coming up, but we need to be patient a little bit when we are trading, which is very important to look at as a trader, to be patient when you are opening position. Getting that rejection back above here in that area. Great. Now we are looking at the next move here on gold. Now we have secured that trade, just given that consistent profit, and looking at the next move. What's your thought on gold now? Around 4022 is sell zone, so you are looking at sell 4022. I wouldn't, because it's very strongly bullish market, and in that bull market it's not a good idea to go for any sell entry. Okay, now let's refresh the chart and look at from beginner mindset. That's what I tell that this is what I call the beginner mindset. So beginner mindset is where you look at the market again from the very fresh perspective, because the market is constantly changing and evolving. Okay, so the market is in a constant change and in evolve. So when you look at the market from a very fresh perspective, which is looking at from the beginner mindset, that is where you see the market differently, because every moment the market is creating a new structure, becoming a new pattern. Okay, so you see developing new pattern constantly as along the direction of the trend. It's gonna create a new structure and it's gonna build new momentum again. So the reason we need to look at the market from the fresh perspective is because when you are looking at the market structure, when you look at the market and the market structure, if you are not refreshing your previous the market structure, you'll see the market will eventually change its pattern. And one of the biggest thing happen is that, let's say when we looked at the market in that area, right, and you were thinking the market will have a rejection back below, and suddenly the market has created a new structure. And because the market has created this new structure, it's gonna completely change its previous pattern. But as a trading cycle, if you look at the trading psychology perspective, you'll see that that thinking is still remain. We still think that this market will drop. We look for sell. And that's why you constantly, with the change of the market structure, you need to change your notion as well as a trader. We just had a feedback from one of our member. Extraordinary performance running this week. Now this is a feedback from our premium member in our verified group, in the chat group, and thank you for this feedback. That really helps to build confidence with all of us together trading, and feedback really helps to gain momentum when you are trading. And it's important that you guys always stay in the zone of where to look forward when you are trading. And all those trade, guys, you see that all the performance that being displayed by the members in the group based on risk managed strategy. Risk management is the heart of our strategy. That means when you trade based on risk management, you have no way that you can be losing trader over the long term. Thank you very much. Thank you. No, not re-entry yet. We are looking at this market for further opportunity. Thank you. Okay, so as we are progressing with this session, should we re-enter? Not yet. We are the market. If you look at here, you can see there is a break of structure and still in a bullish trend. So what we are looking at this market is for another entry, and that's what we are looking at in this market, for another entry from that level. And what we need to see that the market structure to show up another. If you look at this 5 minutes candle, which is a big bear candle that you can see, it's a big drop here, and with that drop we can see that the market, this breakdown here from this level was a complete break of this key support level. And with that break of this key support level, as the market tested that low here, you can expect the market to continue to trend back here to create a new higher high in that market. So it's still on a bullish. We want to see the market to show up. Welcome. Now, as we are progressing with the NFP week, the NFP week is very important, as today and tomorrow we can expect increased volatility. That's what we need to look at as a trader to see where the market is heading to. Now 4-hour perspective here that you can see from this support level showing up to be bullish so far, dropping down to this intraday support. If you look at the 4-hour, this is the current 4-hour support here. Okay, so this is the current level of support, and in that current level of support is where we are looking for this market to potentially go ahead and create a new higher high. We see that there is a break below here, which is coming down to that support. Yep, we are waiting for, if you look at this breakdown here that you can see on the 5 minutes, is basically coming to possible another area where we might find another entry, as there's a break below, and we are looking at this market to break that low and then to return back again to the upside here. So currently, if you look at this level here that you can see, this is a support level, and that support that you can see in that area, where in that support the price has dropped back below, this is a fair value gap. Now the trend is very stronger, therefore with the fair value gap, we are, why not sell at the moment, sir? Reason, thanks. Okay, a good, very good point. And I would like to ask the same question to the members here. Can you answer, who are those who are hearing, why we are not selling this market at the moment? So how many of you can come up with a really informed answer with this? Okay, so from this level that if you guys look at here, you can see this is on the support. Now, welcome. Because the market is bullish, very simple and really effective answer. Well done. And we go with the trend. Well done. Is bullish. Okay, now that's what it is. So now also, you might counter question again. You see that 1 minute chart showing bearish, right? You see that this is a here. If you ask anyone here, it's a bearish trend because the market already has a significant drop, pullback, and the drop, pullback. It is currently at this level. It didn't create a new lower low, but it's on that level. So there is also a reason that you can consider here for you to look at why you are not selling, because it's in a downtrend, right? And because it's in a downtrend here in that market, because the market in a downtrend, while if you look at this market structure, then on the 1 minute chart there is a sensible reason to sell. But at the same time, looking at 5 minute chart, what do you see? There is a strong uptrend. So that is why it is very important that always, guys, when you are trading, look at the multiple time frame analysis. So this is what you need to look at when you are trading. Look at the multiple time frame analysis and then trade based on that multiple time frame analysis. Now here is, if you look at, there's a double bottom, and always higher time frame trend is to play out, which is the key. We're gonna re-enter again, but we wanna see strong rejection here. You might see that rejection shortly, but you wanna see market is showing up that stronger rejection here in that market. I do counter trend sale after the M1 candle failed to close above higher high, targeting M15, 90% partial taken. Okay, if you manage the trade accordingly, that's great, really. Okay, so if you manage the trade accordingly, that's what you need to. Even if you take a sell trade from that, which is sometimes very difficult to trade against the trend, but if you take a sell trade here and manage the trade, that's fine. But I normally don't trade against the trend, and every strategy that I use is based on trend, and that's the secret. Close the trade. Welcome. Okay, so that's completely fine. This market could come down for a deeper pullback. And also I would encourage you always to run the trade on your own decision. Okay, if you open a trade, that's how you'll be learning, right? Let's say you open sell trade, don't close by listening to me or anyone, but wait to see how it happens. If you think that you made a like you want to close it earlier, that's fine, but always learn from your own trading decision. That's where you started to grow as a trader. That's where you see that real growth will come, when you trade and you make your trading decision and the trade accordingly based on your strategy. Here is a rejection. Now you can see this is 15 minutes price action, and that is potentially, if you look at here, this is an order block, and I'm looking at for potential another entry. If you look at here, the market is potentially to bounce off the level. There is no significant high impact news coming, and this drop may give us possible further entry opportunities. It's breaking below here, which is want to see that it's breaking that low here, testing this order block. This is a currently bull market, and it's an inverted head and shoulder that you can spot on the 15 minutes. Breaking below can give us significant another potential entry. Ready for going higher again. I'm looking at this level here to see where the market is potentially be heading in that area. Okay, so that drop here coming to this neckline of this order block, and looking for this deepening from the 4-hour chart. Price is almost to this intraday support level, which is here. I'm looking at the multiple time frame perspective on gold, and from the 4-hour that you can see the price is approaching this 4-hour support, which is the 1-hour support as well, expecting it to penetrate back below here in that market where there is a high area of value. And here's the breakup support here in that area, and looking at possible bounce of that level. The market left an imbalance to the upside here. Now 15 minutes, if we look at the 5 minutes, also creating long wick here. And okay, breaking that low with this rejection on this lower time frame. We'll be using here pending order, and it's gonna be a buy stop again, another trade above this level, entry, stop loss below this low will be nearly to tight stop loss, 38 pip to 40 pip stop loss. It's gonna be another buy stop order. If the market breaks above, we will be in that trade and we'll take it to this liquidity zone, and if needed we can extend the profit target later in that market. It's gonna be a buy stop order again for possible upside here in that market. So you had that buy stop order here. Now if the market breaks here for a new higher high, we will be looking at entry here in that market and expecting the market to potentially bounce off that level and then to create a new higher high here in that area. Not looking at that market structure here on gold, expecting it to bounce off that level. Ready for another possible entry, second entry that we place as a pending order. So it's not a market order, as make sure that you're not pressing the buy button. It's a pending order. If the market breaks that level here, we are on this trade. As if you look at, this is a bullish trend continuation that you can see in this market, and there is a liquidity grab, expecting the market to potentially to retest that back again for another new higher high. Pending order at 4014.02. Pending order at 4014.02. Getting some long week candlestick pattern formation here in the table, and with this triple bottom that you can see the market has formed, we are looking at this market structure potentially to return back again to the upside here. And if the market breaks that high here, if the market move up to cross this imbalance, that is where we are looking at this market structure to bounce off that level and then to create a new higher high in that market. I don't consider it still a very strongly bear market. The market is coming to fill some of the previous imbalance that in the market, and it might get a stronger rejection again, and we place the pending order above this high. We might be if the price drop little further, we might be able to bring our pending order a little lower in that area, and we see some potential lower time frame rejection coming up here in that market. Looking at the lower time frame here in that area, and it's almost nearing to the 4-hour support level, and with that support test on the 4-hour, the market has shown potentially significant drop in that market. And looking at this price action, look at the 1 minute chart, it's dropped to that order block here. Now I would still keep the pending order in the same area because the market still can show the same pattern. For our perspective, the market has tested that lower shadow of this 4-hour market, and expecting a potential reaction from that level to reverse again back above to the major direction of the trend. It tested this liquidity zone. Now our pending order is well above. The market dropped a lot. Let's see that how the price action is reacting to this level here in that area, and we're looking at possible rejection. This kind of drop more often bring more liquidity, so that might bring that market to potentially return again back in the major direction of the trend. So we are looking to see how the price action is evolving in that area. I'm keeping the pending order still there. We might be able to bring here for another retest, so I would like to move little bit lower here, the pending order, keeping it here, so bringing it to the support level and bringing the stop loss also in a different place. So you'll be readjusting this trade for 46 pips stop loss, bringing the buy stop order at 4011. So I'm reversing the buy stop order. At 4011.03, stop loss below this low 4006.50, and TP target at 4018.89, bringing that revised buy stop order in that market. $4011.03, stop loss at 4006.50. The market tested this low and to this support level, which is the long-term support, expecting the market to if the price bounce off the level, then we are looking to see a potentially a reversal formation here and the market to trend back up. So the reverse stop loss buy stop here that using at 4011.03, stop loss at 4006.50, and TP target at 4018.89 here in that market. So the market has penetrated this order block. This is if you look at, this is an inverted head and shoulder, and this is a complete break below to this inverted head and shoulder. With this 15 minutes candle close, expecting the market to continue to trend again back above here. Let's see that how far the market potentially be heading in this move here. If the market is getting a rejection here with double bottom formation, with a liquidity gap here, expecting this market to continue to trend back here in that area. Looking forward to see new higher high. So there is a 50 minutes candle close, and the market has penetrated a very key support level here. Are you guys ready for this pending order? Say yes if you place that, and definitely no higher risk, it's a very smaller risk that you place with this pending order. And share your thought, and massive news coming shortly. I don't see any big massive news coming shortly, guys. What is coming? There's no news schedule. What is coming next? I don't see any red news. Probably you could see yellow or anything. It's not a high impact. No, there's nothing here today. Do you see any news coming? You can share your thought. Is this right risk? Is this high risk? No. The trade is placed. The risk you have to decide. But what I was discussing is that always do the risk management, not a higher. I mean, do not take a big risk on a single trade. That's what we are talking about. That when you are opening, keep risk low. If it is a bigger account, very small risk. If it is a medium size or a smaller account, not more than 1%, 2% per trade for each move. And that's how you can keep your risk low. Now here is the market. If you look at in this area, yeah, thank you very much. Here we place the pending order and the market could go any direction. So here we place in a level where if the price is testing that level, there's an imbalance, expecting it to potentially reject back again to the high as the price tested this order block here. And okay, so the market structure showing up to be potentially so far showing up some bullish bias. Lower time frame, still there isn't still any move started, but we could see if it form this that any inverted head and shoulder, any double bottom, the market could just bounce off that level and could continue to rise back here upside here to create a new higher high. Okay, so now if you look at the 1 minute, that's how the market more often create a potential reversal in the market. So we are looking for that move to begin, and if it continues to drop, we are not on a trade. We are just waiting for this pending order to trigger here in that area. And this is possibly a bullish pattern that we can say at the moment. The market has tested this key support level, got a rejection, and wanting to see that breaking to the upside to this long-term resistance line again. Okay, so we see some reactive move back up. Our pending order is in the right place. I placed in the same area. I wouldn't say it's the right place. Doesn't mean that it always gonna be winner, but we place in a level where the market breaks, we can expect bounce. And definitely we, as I mentioned, we had a very strong risk management with this. So if the market doesn't go in our favor, we will be exiting with the minimum risk. And as you can see, we had our previous trade winner. We want to take this one as well, potentially another winner. Let's see that where it is heading back in that market. And there is a reaction back above here, and that reaction could bring that market potentially back to the upside. And if you look at the 15 minutes price action here, that you can see there is a liquidity sweep here across that previous important candle's low. That has given potential momentum here in that market. So we see some upside, and pending order is there, still not active. And just letting you know, guys, if the pending order get active, if the market had a strong breakout, we might be even closing before it reach the full area that we have placed it, because it is possible that the market again to come back for a deeper pullback. You don't want to, that go back and forth with the trade. So we're looking at so on the 4-hour chart, the price has come back below here. Are you going to see deeper drop, or you'll see the market to feel that imbalance here? So it has broken back below, that you can see in that area. And that's a significant drop in that area. So it didn't bounce off that level. Instead, you can see there is a bearish rejection. So our pending order is not triggered for the second trade. The market has dropped to this fair value gap, and it's a little extended drop, but I'm still keeping that pending order on to see if the market is having that reversal again back in that market. And There's two long bearish engulfer has formed. So with a bigger long 15 minutes candlestick pattern, market has penetrated this this order block here. This is a void, and now the question is, are you going to see further drop? I'm still not very convinced that this market will be highly bearish, because this is a complete imbalance here in that area, and this is a one single move from this high. It is potentially to be a stronger liquidity grab and could bring that market to potentially bounce again. If this market drop further down here, that's gonna be big waterfall back below in that area, which is what I think less likely. So I'm still holding that pending order in that area for possible rejection in this market. Now there is a possibility for a bounce off, and once the market managed to bounce off, we will be in the trade here. If you look at it, it's carrying some bounce off that level, and so are you going to see in this market? Let's see that what the price action is trying to do. That's a big bear candle on the 1 hour chart, and that might be, we see some rejection coming up here, Thank you. And here's the 1 minute chart that you can see after this candlestick pattern, looking to see how the market structure is reacting in that area. And what do we see in this support level, guys? From this support level, getting that rejection back here, and which is heading back up, and I'm on the pending order. On is still not active, but if the market reverse from this level that we discussed, straight expecting a bounce up in that area to fill that imbalance. So looking forward to see possible return again back to the major direction. And if this market goes back up to create a new higher high, we might see a complete continuation back here in that market to create a new higher high. 4-hour chart here that you can see, this is the 4-hour price action which is showing up. There is a significant liquidity gap here, and waiting for possible rejection from this lower price here to revert again back. And that move could potentially be remaining bullish, or you could see the market to reverse again back. Now it's getting some rejection from this lower price here, which is a bullish. If you look at, this is a key support level, and that's an important key support level that you can see in this market. We're going to see a reversal here. I think so. If it does form that reversal, that's what I'm still placing the pending order in that area, waiting for that move to happen. And okay, once the market managed to break from this level, once the market managed to return to the major direction of the trend, expecting to create a new higher high, and this could be like that, or if the market break below, it might be coming here, depending on how the market structure is building that momentum here at the moment. And we see there is a 5-minute candle closing also showing up some bias here. The bullish candle form, and placing the pending order again above in that area, waiting for the market to potentially to show up reaction in that zone here. We're getting rejection, guys. I'm on it, still not entry, still pending order is on, waiting for the market to trigger that trade and then to continue to trend back up. It's bouncing off that level and it's moving back up here in that area. Getting near to the entry. Second trade, waiting for that trigger. Awesome. The trade is active. Gold active on this move, expecting to trend continue. And running in. Okay. It's currently in a crucial level. The trade is active and want to see moving back up in that area. Crossing up that level, breaking to the upside here, and I am on the second trade, about to take some peep here as well, summing up to 2 potential win. Let's wait for the market to break out as it is showing up upside bias, expecting it to move back to the upside in that direction to create a new higher high here, and it's on the go. All right, already let's look at that here. We are up 24, 21 peep. Now, as the market got rejection from this level, we could see that this market to possibly to bounce off. I'm still not closing any partial position here to my bias here to the upside, and one more rejection back above can give what we need here in that market. And we look at the 55 minutes close, and this 5 minutes candle that you can see here is possible bullish price action for me, and that might bring that market to create a new higher high. If you look at the daily here, that you can see the market is still in an uptrend in that area, and here's the key. price action has formed on the 15 minutes as well, potentially bullish. And so here is the key point here, the market to fill that long wick. That's what we want to see for us to be able to see that decent move back to the upside here in that market. And in a healthy trend, there will be pullback, which is now, this is an impulse correction, expecting another impulse here to create potentially new higher high. If the market break this swing high here, we'll be able to see a new higher high. And so far showing the trend change, potentially back to the upside. I'm still holding on to the trade, and we want to run it back potentially above to fill that long wick at the top, and that might be a weak fill coming up on the 15-minute chart. We are on the go. So far showing up to be upside here in that market, expecting the market to fill that zone, potentially to create a new high. Are you guys with me? Running this trade with me? It's a bull market so far showing up, and we are running in profit with this trade. Want to take another big one, second trade of the day. Welcome. Should you close? Not yet. I want to take it to the upside further. There's a potential for bullish move still, but with proper risk management, anytime it's a very tight stop loss. You guys see that very tight stop loss. Anytime the market might drop for a deeper pullback, the trade may go in your favor, but taking just more liquidity, that can happen. That happens more often. So make sure always you keep the risk low, and risk low, high win rate or bigger profit target, so that you are not going out with few trades out of your account. So if you look at here, we can see the 15 minutes candle closed, and the 15 minutes close here, that you can see a bullish engulfer. Now the next candle, we're expecting it to go ahead and fill that long wick, and then to, if the next one is pushing back up again wick fill, then looking at crossing this high here. Now this if next candle going to wick fill here on the 50 minutes, looking at 4019 level. Okay. The price action here so far showing up to be bullish, and we are holding on to that for this one here, and wanna see that bouncing, because this is, if you look at here, this level, this is imbalance in the market, and because the market trend is up, we can expect it to shoot back up to that imbalance. So we are looking at this market structure for this trade to go ahead and hit that level, potentially to create a new higher high. Okay, so far we have run into our profit area, and there's an inverted head and shoulder here, double bottom, and expecting to bounce off that level. We are 23 pip up on this, and side bias, boom, bounce back up, expecting it to continue to rise here in that market, potentially rise back here to this. It's gonna be nearly to 80 pip up if the market managed to reach that level, and it's gonna be good one if the price reach that far, and I'm still holding on to that. I'm hopeful to take a big one here. 30 pip, nearly 2, and expecting further expansion back to the upside. I'm still holding on to that for bigger move as the market is trending. There is an imbalance here, BG to the upside. I'm still holding on to that, running quite a bit. We are running 40 pip on this. Anytime I'm closing, I'll give a shout out. I'm still expecting further upside here in that market. Welcome. Okay, so here is so far showing up to be upside here. Okay, I'm going out. We could see further upside, but I'm enough with this one. I have taken profit now from this level. If you're still running, still there is a potential for upside, so I would encourage you to wait for this level or even higher, because the market dropped a little bit and it's still upside here. I'm giving the update after the market potentially bounce off that level again. Thank you. Done. How many pip here on this one? Nearly to 35 pip, depending on where is your entry was. Entry for same but TP target. Have you been here? What's your status with this trade? Welcome. I'm loving. Thank you very much. Did you like this stream? Say yes if you like this stream. If you like this analysis, if you like this trade that you have secured just now, still possibility for upside here. But if you have secured the trade, say yes, I have secured, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell, and also don't miss out any of the updates from this channel that I'm posting. So make sure you press the notification bell, and let's keep trading with proper risk management. That's the secret. As you mentioned, trading brings freedom if you know how to trade, and it's a $1 trillion market where you can every single day can pull out the profit, pay your bill. As long as you have the right trading psychology, you know how to trade, and then let the market to give you what you need from the market. Buy practicing patience. Patience is very important when you are trading. If you know how to be patient, you always stay ahead in your trading. And here is the multiple liquidity gap. The market is showing up to be upside, and we are not ending here. There is more opportunity coming, as this is NFP week, right? I close the welcome. This is my first trade win. Thank you very much. Welcome. Yes, secured. Very good. Thank you very much. Now, as we mentioned yesterday earlier, guys, everything that you guys see that I'm trading in this live market with all of you, and all those trades that I'm opening, also I'm sharing in the premium group with entry, stop loss, and take profit target. And those trades that we are opening every single day, if you look at every detail of the trade, I'm going to share in the premium group, and where the members are being able to access in real time all those trades to copy from me. And we had few spots to take on the mentorship. Now, as I mentioned earlier in quite a few live session, our goal here is to help traders, because we have a great trading strategy that we are trading, and to do that, to help trader in this planet Earth, help every trader, we drop this mentorship to 95% off, where you can join and access all the premium indicators, strategies, education, analysis that I am posting every day. So if you want to be part of that right now, you can visit the website www.forextradingwizard.com, where you can learn and grow as a trader. So don't miss out this 95% off mentorship opportunity available. At any point you would see it's going to the normal, as we have quite a few members join, and we want to keep the place limited. So it's still available. You can just head on to the website right now and then click join now button, be part of the trading community. When you join, make sure you check your email for login detail to the website, and also for the premium Telegram link, where you can join and get access to the exclusive trade setup, regular daily analysis, and many more that can change your trading completely. Now, what's happening here in the market, you can see this is where there's a rejection here, and this is now still a bull market. If you look at the 5 minutes candle closing with the doji, this 5 minutes candle that I would consider still potentially bullish. And looking at the 1 hour price action here, also 30 minutes candle closing, which is also bullish engulfer that has formed, and like to see that it's maintaining its uptrend, and potentially, because this breakdown that you can see on the lower time frame on 30 minutes and on the 15 minutes is one single drop back below to this support level. So the possibility here, this market to remain long-term bullish is higher. That means if you look at the daily price action here, we might see that further bullish trend continuation. Why we think that? Let's understand that the market, how it works. So if you look at this move on the 30 minutes, that you can see there is a stronger liquidity gap happen, right? And that liquidity gap is basically a sign of bigger trend continuation. Now this can be a reversal, right? This is what we discussed when we started this move, that this kind of move is more often act as a liquidity grab rather than the reversal, because there is a very one single drop here back below to this liquidity zone. And the market, even if it don't want to go for a bigger trend, we could see range in that area. So that to complete that range, it is less likely that the market will drop from this halfway back below to the support. Rather, we could see it going back up and either continue to trend to the upside or dropping down here and then to trend back in that area. All right, so it's getting that upside bias, and if you look at the 5 minutes price action, that you see there is a doji trying to form here, and if it is forming a bullish rejection candle, the next one potentially to continue to rise back up to this key level, and that is potentially to complete an inverted head and shoulder and then to bounce off that level. So you have all the possibility for a bullish trend continuation. We'll be waiting for another entry as soon as we see the market is showing up that pattern running here in that area. So you see some break below here in that market, and if it is this break here, that you can see it might be again another liquidity gap. If that's the case, we could see that the 5 minutes candle closing above and potentially to continue to rise up to create a new higher high. We are 15 minutes supply zone. On the 15 minutes, yes, 15 minutes price action is bullish. It's on a demand zone, not on a supply. Okay, it's a buyer's area. There's a doji. So this is a break of structure here that you can see, which is potential for new higher high. Okay, so it is doji here that the market is carrying the rejection again back above in that area that you can see the price is trying to break that high, and we are looking at that level. It's now pushing that back above, and now the potentially to go back to cross that high is higher, and we could see the market to trend. Are you guys looking for next entry? So we do as a trader, right? Looking for the next one and the next one and the next one with full risk management and fully being patient as a trader, as sometimes it's quite confusing market structure that you would see that happens in the market, and with an inverted arrow short is breaking that up here that you can see, and that's where price action potentially to cross that high, break that high to create a new higher high. Alright, so this breakdown that you can see, so it was a fake drop that has given potential new momentum again in the market to go back up here to create a new higher high. Getting that reaction back above here, that's what the market is showing up, potentially to cross that high. So in the meantime, also we are looking at some of the move that's happening on British pound US dollar that you can see here. It's showing potential reversal on Gbpusd that can make some move here on British pound US dollar. And with the Gbpusd bounce, that potentially signifying possible downtrend on DXY. So there's some downside on DXY that you can see it's happening here, and DXY had a significant gap open and then rejection, and maybe that's due to the NFP data coming, and because DXY had a gap open. If you look at this, this is a 4-hour chart and there's a gap open, there's a rejection. If DXY completely breaking below that if you look at the daily here, having a possible even drop back down to the support for the NFP, we might see gold to go just the other way around. So, and that's what we see, some bullish trend continuation on gold. Right, so you can see the 15 minutes candle also closing as a doji, and the 15 minutes candle close on gold on the 5 minutes as well. Both of these, this is still to me possible bullish price action. We see some consolidation, but long wick created in this direction, you can see it's getting rejection. So that might be a sign of further trend continuation here in that market. At least to go back to high here, 4019, or even further above in that level. We're out in this trade, but looking for the next one to come up. Oh, so music is rather high. Okay, I'm going to drop that. Thanks for your feedback. I hope that makes now pretty soothing and low in volume. And if you guys are enjoying this live session, don't miss out to like this stream. We had 2 trades secured in profit, and it's not end, it just because it's NFP week. I also discussed in our previous session as well, we're looking for bigger move on NFP week, and that's what we are looking to enter the trade, looking at this market structure to see potential trading opportunity during this NFP week. Now, so this is a little consolidation here, but with a series of higher low, this consolidation, which is giving potentially, if you look at, it's a doji and also created series of higher low. So therefore, looking at possible break back above here in that market. I'm wanting to see the market to cross that high. See some kind of rejection here coming up, and with a triangle, this is a very interesting triangle, you can see that, and that triangle eventually could break to the upside here because it's a bullish triangular pattern that you can see on the 1 minute. You can spot that triangle, you see that, draw that, and that eventually could break above here. Okay, with a multiple liquidity gap, it's getting that rejection back here, and which is showing up to be here bullish. And as we are progressing with this, if you look at the 4-hour, you can see after retesting, the market has managed to bounce and there is a gap open. It's a bull market, so you are looking at this market to potentially break above to 4030 level, and there is a possibility for the price to go ahead and create a new higher high to create potentially to cross that 4030 level. So we see there is a still bullish price action here in that area, and in this area, if you look at, this is a move followed by this pullback, expecting another move back to the upside here, and there is another liquidity sweep here that you can see in this area, and okay, so here is a rejection again on the lower time frame, and that's potentially liquidity sweep here, getting one single move back here in that area. If we look at in this 1 minute chart, again there is a liquidity gap, series of higher low that you can see in that market, and that series of higher low that you can see potentially maintaining an uptrending market structure here. Potentially bullish price action has formed in that area, expecting an upside bias back above. Significant liquidity gap. or showing up to be possibly again another liquidity grab, and expecting a trend continuation here in that market. That you can see the price has shown up. If you look at the 15 minutes price action, that you can see it's a pretty long doji that has formed on the 5 minutes as well. Multiple liquidity sweep, multiple liquidity grab. There is a liquidity trigger here as well on the lower time frame, expecting it to bounce off that level. And let's wait to see how the market structure is evolving in that area. This is an uptrending market structure that you can see, and the possibility here for a trend continuation is higher. We're looking at potentially another rejection in that market. And here is the move that you can see on the lower time frame, as once the market managed to break this swing high here, that's where looking to see new higher high, because it is currently in a bullish trend. But what you could see that deeper liquidity grab, 30 minutes price action at this level here at the moment, and there is a 30 minutes candle closing, which is a big doji that you can see on the 30 minutes perspective. And that big doji could eventually break above, as it is long-term picture to be bullish here in that market. And when we are looking at an upside bias, eventually to move back up before the candle close, before the 1 hour close as well, which is also showing that bullish rejection from this lower price, and the next one expecting to continue to rise here back above, which is potential trend continuation market structure here in that area. And let's wait to see how the market is maintaining this structure on the lower time frame. So 30 minutes candle, if we look at, it is forming a potentially a narrower doji, and that narrower doji could break above here. Okay, so another candle close and the market again had a reaction from that level. I'm looking at for next entry back above here in that area. You guys ready? Lower the volume. Okay, so I think the volume is now pretty lower. If you guys look at, and some liquidity sweep here. This is pure liquidity grab, and so here the market has broken back below to this an important support, and we might see that the price to, if you look at multiple liquidity grab 4-hour chart, the price again dropped to that 4-hour support. What does that mean is from the 1 hour with a red candle, there is a complete break below here. So I think that's bringing potentially further opportunity again, because this is possibly forming, and if you look at, delete all of this, looking at the 5 minutes, potentially an inverted head and shoulder, and then to trend to the upside. From the 1 minute it has crossed that support significantly back below. Now breaking below this support like that is important to look at, as from this back-to-back triple top rejected back below with the 5 minutes close with a big red candle. Now the next candle on the 5 minutes chart, you're going to see possible trend continuation. We have secured 2 profitable trade in that area, and as with the progressing with the session, very successful session. And you know that today's how to join premium group. Thank you very much for asking. You guys can visit right now the website. You can find link below. This is the first link on the description. Currently we have only few spots to take on the mentorship with almost this is now 95% off on the mentorship, and it's gonna be ending very soon. And so you can right now join via the website. You can find link below this video. That being said, it was a great session with all of you guys, and I would like to see you again together trading tomorrow NFP. And NFP is, though there is no schedule here due to the shutdown, but we'll see that during this time period there is an increased volatility due to the volume coming, and we take another big move coming tomorrow. And in the meantime, also stay connected by joining the free Telegram, where also I do share some of the trade ideas, education on the free Telegram, where also you can get benefit from it. I'm sharing in the live chat. You can stay connected by joining there, and also keep eye for all the updates in the channel being posted every single day for all the currency as well as gold that we are trading. And that being said, thank you for joining here, and guys, trade safe, always risk management, manage the risk, and tomorrow coming on twice again. Until that, stay well, stay happy.